Hello everybody, this is Nick Salerno. I just wanted to show you a quick tip on the Korg ESX, something that I just kind of discovered recently. Something really fun to get you to play with the warping of sounds using the effects. Now, a couple people have already talked about this, where you can take and apply effects or certain motion sequences within a sequence, so that during the time that it's playing back, maybe the start time will change or whatever. So essentially you can kind of chop up and reassemble a beat. So I started playing with that and doing some interesting things, but I've realized that there's a lot of cool stuff that can be done with the motion sequence on the effect. So let me just play you this basic riff here and I'll explain what I'm going to do to it. And there's the repeat. So what I've done is I've set up and created a motion sequence for my second effect here. My first effect is the modulation, or it's a BPM delay, because I wanted to have just a basic delay in there. What I can do is I can assign the sound to the first effect, which is going through the delay, and then feeding in the second effect. Now right now the second effect, its balance is set to 0. So really, in essence, it's not doing anything. But I have a motion sequence recorded on that. When I enable this, things get a little bit crazy. With this particular pattern, what I can do is I can either assign the effect to go into the delay first and then feed to the second effect engine, or I can go directly to the second effect engine, kind of depending on what I want to do. Let me do it just straight into the second effect engine so you can hear what I've done. So what I'm doing is essentially turning on and off that motion sequence, which has information, and as it goes through time, that knob tweaks those are happening. When I turn it off, then it defaults back to its 0 balance, which is its natural state, and it turns the effect off, in essence. Something you could do just as easily by having the balance up and tweaking this in real time to turn the effect send on and off. But if you've got an effect like what I do here, through the delay, then to the effect, that's the way you can achieve that. Take it one step further and start playing with the effect. Get some pretty cool sounds here. Especially the pitch shifter. So there you go, that's just something I've been playing with recently, kind of a new way to tweak this in real time, because you only have so many hands, so it's hard to manipulate the knobs and change the effect setting, or change the effect choice, as well as other stuff all in real time. But sometimes what you can do is you can layer in that automation, or what they call motion sequences, and then you just flip it on or off, depending on like that. Or if you're using just the regular effect modulation or motion sequences in the tracks themselves, you can trigger it on or off, which can also be a fun thing. Like in this particular pattern, let's take off the effect. The unadulterated pattern right here, I've laid in a couple things that if you want to get crazy, you just turn on the effect, you turn on the motion sequence, and here's what happens. So you can program in some other movement that's happening and either turn it on or turn it off instead of having to do it all in real time, having it only on or only off, which is something I like about this unit. So instead of having to erase that motion sequence or have a different pattern with no motion sequence, you can either just flip it on or off for each individual part. Of course, each drum, everything else can do the same thing. So anyway, hopefully you can do something cool with that. I found a lot more potential within the ESX for warping all my samples once I discovered these couple tricks right there. Cheers, keep up the good work, keep making good music, and if you like this, give me a like, put a link to it, check out my blog, all sorts of stuff. I've got some new music up for my project called Bruto Bello. It's up on Bandcamp. There's a link on my blog, and all the stuff will be right below this video. Cheers, bye.